Welcome to Side Dish. You already know the vibes. We are more than an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We are the whole meal. I go by the Headkrack, right? Now I go by the name of Headkrack, and we got the beautiful, talented, the lovely Claudia Jordan over there, and in spirit, like a Jedi ghost, our man Thomason, who is not here today, but he'll be back.
He will be missed. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's up? How you doing? You good?
Yo, man, surviving. You know, like it's very festive. You got all your presents wrapped, ready to go?
No.
It's keeping it real.
Yeah, I don't. I'm a very last minute person, and sometimes you might get a gift from me after Christmas in the form of a gift card. I'm more a Thanksgiving person. You know,
like as in like giving gifts during Thanksgiving, or like cooking and going hard for that holiday and be like, yo, Christmas is whatever.
Yes, exactly. I prefer Thanksgiving. It's less pressure. It's less dragging gift to the East Coast and all that. It's just hard. You know
I think next year, right after Thanksgiving, I'm gonna claim that I'm a Jehovah's Witness, just so I'm not really required to do those other things.
You might be onto something there. I'm not mad at that. I might join you in Jehovah witnessing.
Yo, yeah, like Jehovah has said that we don't. Life is the gift.
Oh, okay, you're starting already. Okay, and I'll just go knock on random people's doors and bother them.
Give them a little pamphlet, but it's like a Jet magazine.
Exactly.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let us know if you got your presents bought already by dropping a little box in the comments. We want to see how good you guys with your emojis.
Well, let's get into this. 83-year-old former model and activist Beth Ann Hardison was chatting on Michelle Obama's The Look podcast, and when asked about her relationship status, she said this.
Time I ever met somebody, that was my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So I never dated, you know, like we just
You got a boyfriend now?
I have people who take care of me in a very nice way.
No. So when you say they take care of you,
what do you mean?
What
you got?
You got your Wednesday dude, you got your
No,
Saturday
in the different
dude.
places in the world.
Oh, yes.
It's a little bit better to be in different places in the world.
Wow. Are we outing you? Do they know about each other?
They're not going anywhere. The fact that you could have that. And so many people say, well, he's too young. Why? Are you going to marry him? Why is he too young? If he wants to be with you, enjoy him. Or her. You have people I just believe that women who are alone, who profess to being lonely, they have such prerequisites of who they would date. And I think they should just let somebody who wants to come along and take care of them, love them, care for them. It doesn't even have to be sexual.
Wow. Thoughts on her revelation? What do you think?
I mean, there's something to be said about somebody who's confident in what they want out of relationships and how they want to move. You know what I mean? With her being 83, she's rapid fire. She's sharp. She's one of those ones. I think she probably dominates most conversations that she's in, and I think in the best way possible because she's so confident. So I think this works for her and who she is. And I had no idea that Kadeem Hardison is, part of a showbiz legacy type situation. It all makes sense because she got swag like how he got swag. You know what I mean?
She represented Tyson Beckford for a long time, and she represented a lot of the black models that couldn't get representation early on. I remember her in New York being a powerhouse. I'll say this. She made a good point about women that are alone and don't have someone, and some of the prerequisites. And some of the things are, okay, you got to give it to them. That's what they want. But I have a friend that turned down a guy who was a doctor because she didn't like his nail beds. I'm like, wow, that is a very specific reason to take someone off the list. But good for her. And I wonder how young she's talking. And I don't know. She got lover boys all over the world. She got hoes in different area codes. I'm here for it.
Because there does become a point, right, where you could have somebody who is so young for you that now, getting intimate is a liability, a hazard, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, make somebody come and go at the same time, if you know what I mean.
Or you might want to break a back, but please don't break my hip. Yeah.
Yo, because you know what they typically say, when someone breaks their hip, that usually shaves 7 years off of their life.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They usually when people get their hip broken, it's not too long after that they die. Like my mom broke her hip the year before she died, and
oh my God.
Yeah, but didn't die because she had a broken hip. It was more of a pneumonia kind of thing. Probably COVID before they knew how to, what to diagnose it. But, that's neither here nor there. But it's just, I don't know. Let's just say, if Eartha Kitt, she's gone, right? She's still with us? She's gone, right? Yeah. We just got from, thank you, Ali. Yeah, so let's just say if Eartha Kitt, approached me, in my late 20s, mid 30s and tried to give me that Marcus treatment. As much as I loved her on Batman,
You wouldn't do it?
I would do.
Headkrack.
I would kill it softly. Like, you're not gonna get the full like maximum
slow, long,
kami, like whatever they say on Dragon Ball Z. You're not gonna get the full version of that because, like,
slow,
man,
long, gentle strokes. Is that what you're telling me? Eartha Kitt?
Yeah, caressing the top of your head or wig, whatever's going on, because I can never tell. Like, yeah, you want to be kind. Unless they whisper in my ear, listen, you put your foot in that.
Never in my years of going to college for journalism and television production did I think me and my co-host would be having a talk about what kind of stroke he'd deliver to a deceased Eartha Kitt. I can cross that off my bucket list.
Okay, well, you can cross this one off. Let's just say if a very handsome Billy D. Williams approached you at the next thing. Now, granted, Billy D. Williams at one point in time was that guy. Now, knowing that you're still in athletic shape, Claudia Jordan, would you hit him with the full maximum power of everything you got? Or would you take your foot off the gas a little bit because you kind of understand that you're dealing with an icon and you don't want to send him to the ancestors?
I would go as hard as I normally go, if not a little harder, because this is what you signed up for. You about to get it. And if you die, you die. Let the chips fall where they may. I'll be that one that I had that killer snapper.
Claudia Drago has entered the chat. He dies. Watch out, Billy. So almost 10 years to the day, Steve Harvey made the mistake heard around the world. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check this out.
2015 is Colombia.
At first, it seemed like a moment of pure celebration. The crowd was thrilled. Miss Colombia was crowned, and the night was perfect until this happened.
Okay, folks, I have to apologize. The first runner-up is Colombia. Miss Universe 2015 is Philippines.
With millions watching, Steve Harvey made one of the most memorable mistakes in pageant history. A tense and unforgettable moment as the crown shifted from Miss Colombia to the rightful winner, Miss Philippines. An iconic moment proving that even in the spotlight, mistakes can happen. But in the end, it's how we own them that defines us.
Yep, and relationships between those two countries have never been the same. Here's Steve explaining to Jimmy Fallon what happened.
I can read.
Yeah.
I read the teleprompter, but the guy in my ear said, read the next name. Now, the teleprompter just said, and the new 2015 Miss Universe is, and he said, read the next name. Now, I said, Miss Colombia. Crowd goes crazy. He goes, great job, Steve. I go in the back. 4 minutes later, I hear a lot of words that you can't say on TV. Explicit. And then we said the wrong name. And then the guy said, what are we going to do? And the guy said, we'll straighten it out in the media tomorrow. And I said, nah, man, I'm going to go do it now. And I walked out there. Yeah, I didn't...
He handled it like a G.
I was there in Vegas when that happened. I brought my friend Karama, who always loved beauty pageants, and we had great seats. We were right there. That is like the biggest, like, you never want that to happen on both sides. Like, if you don't want to win, then someone snatch it back, but you don't also want to win that way where it's like they crown someone else, you walk away, and then you get your moment. The problem that Steve had is the way pageants say you introduce the third runner-up, the second runner-up, and the first runner-up. So he was supposed to say the next name. The first runner-up is Miss Colombia, which means the winner is Miss Philippines. So there was some confusion because he didn't say it like that. And I felt bad for him. I felt bad for all parties involved because I'm sure he didn't mean to do that. And I'm sure he was so embarrassed to do that and to kind of take that moment away from Miss Philippines and Miss Colombia. But the Philippines was supposed to win. Like, she was the one she was killing in every category. Like, she was definitely the favorite. But yeah,
the high road approach for him would have been like, okay, we'll straighten it out tomorrow. But like for him to go out in the face of the world and be like, yo, man, I messed up, because nobody knows the names of the producers on the other side of the cameras. For him to take that on the chin the way he did, most people wouldn't have. They would have immediately passed the buck off to the next person. But when you think about some of the craziest mix-ups that have happened on live TV. Like, is this in your top 3? Because to me, this isn't the worst.
It's pretty up there. If you're in the pageant world, which I started my career in, this is like the Super Bowl of pageants. No, it is a big deal. It's like someone, getting called like out of bounds when they really made a touchdown that would have won the game. It is a huge deal. And I actually hosted Miss Universe in 2009. And that was of course way before this, but I co-hosted with Billy Bush. That's the part you read it over many, many times. You look at the order, you're like, okay, all right. Cause you don't want to mess that up. That is a humongous moment in pageants.
How you think R. Kelly would have fared if he had to read these names?
There'd be no pageant. Actually, especially a teen pageant, you wouldn't have him there at all.
Oh wow! Like what if he came out like at the end and like sang like a song, right? Like in the thing, and like
I think you need to stay 50 feet away from all pageants. I would think.
Shout out to people who know the shapes of words, but not the actual words.
All right. Speaking of mistakes and inappropriate things, Khloe Kardashian went through a lot during her marriage to Lamar Odom, including this traumatic experience. Check this out.
So I used to journal all the time. I haven't journaled in years. I used to love to journal. But so I had a few journals that I journaled literally my life away, and I loved it. And everything was in these journals. And I remember my ex-husband was going through it. He was having a tough time, and he was incredibly paranoid and found these journals that he knew I did all the time and was reading them and just was convinced that I was like taking notes and sending them to the government or something crazy. And he threw all of them into a fire in front of me. And I remember sobbing, tears streaming down my face. And that was the last time I journaled, because I just felt like, wow, that was taken away in a blink. And what was the point?
Wow. Interesting. I don't think the crack made him do that. That might have been weed. The paranoia of it all. Like, I mean, like, how many like paranoid crack addicts have you met in your life?
I don't know. We only had one that was adjacent to our family, so I don't really know. I don't have a lot of experience in the crack world. Okay. I don't know. But weed does make you paranoid. When I partook in medicinal, of course, because that's illegal in Texas. Well, it's kind of legal now. I would be paranoid in my head all the time. So that's so. First of all, reading the journal to me would be just as bad as burning them, because that's such a violation. Like that's when you're supposed to be able to vent and put things out there. So I feel bad for her on that. Like that would be terrible to have to go through, and then to see someone burn it in front of you. She stayed in that relationship way longer than I have. First sign of crack residue, I'm out of there.
Yeah, like for a lot of women, I know the countdown to the end when he was doing like them shirtless freestyles with his homeboy, like right before everything really hit the fan. It was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It doesn't seem like a healthy relationship. Like, listen, why aren't you at home?
You got to give it to her. She held in there. Like she definitely took her vows seriously. Me, I wouldn't have. I'm not ride or die.
What? But are you right or die? Do you journal?
I used to journal all the time. I loved it. And when I go back, I look at like, wow, the stuff my thoughts I was, you're like, damn, I've been through a lot. I've gotten through a lot of stuff. I really want to use ChatGPT and get these thoughts down in a book before dementia kicks in, because I definitely feel like it could be my future.
Yo, don't speak that into existence. You gotta does it run in your family?
I've had like 10 concussions. Like I bump my head all the time, and yeah, I just feel like I want to like journal things down while things are very clear. I'm a just in case type of person.
Okay, yeah, preventative measures. Not mad at that. Like I've never been quite a journaler. Like I
really, I would think with all your writing and stuff that you do, I would think you would be.
I journal through my raps, know, and then you kind of hear them when you hear them, and thank God that a lot of people in my family don't really listen very closely to the things that I say, because a lot of it is about them. You know what I mean? Well, like especially like about like my childhood and growing up, but like I'm not making this stuff up, but like, and I'm not vilifying I'm just telling my story. You know what I mean? And sometimes it is hard to be that type of transparent, whether you're writing a journal, whether you're writing a song, whether you're doing a biopic. And there's reasons why sometimes people wait for everybody to die before they like, all right, now I can tell my truth, but at the end of the day, like that's the music part is my therapy. That's how I journal. I am not disciplined enough to pick up a notebook and with my serial killer handwriting to write notes every day. I just can't.
Oh, okay. Well, it's your form of journalism. Journaling. Journaling.
Everybody has their methods. Like Dolly Parton. She has her methods, and her methods is music. And she's beloved by many, many, many people. And she got so many fans that really love her. And it also teeters on the side of maybe too much, because Dolly once told the story of the craziest gift a fan ever gave her early in her career. She said, years ago, when I started first being a big old star, I had fans that were fanatical. And it was when Jolene was a big hit. We came home one day, and there was a baby in a box at our gate with a note in it. The note said, my name is Jolene. My mom has left me here, and she wants you to have me. Of course, we was all freaked out.
I love your Dolly Parton impersonation. That's your Dolly voice.
It's closer to Whitley Gilbert from Different World, but we'll take it.
We'll take it. Yes.
Yo, like, what's the craziest thing a fan tried to offer you?
Seed.
You said speed or seed?
Seed.
Oh, okay.
Biological seed. Met someone
like just like loose, like here.
He said he would like to sprinkle a little something on my eggs.
Okay. He must have been like a really upper echelon human being to feel like that was a gift.
He was not. When I was on Price is Right, though, I used to get like crazy fan mail, and they would like spend like hours on this art with like pencil art, like shadow, the shade work, like really intricate designs. And one guy sent me a diamond necklace, which my mother doesn't watch the show. I did regift it to her for a birthday or Valentine's Day. So yeah, thank you, stalker. You laced my mom with jewelry.
Yo, sometimes like having stalkers has its benefits, yo. And I feel like women reap the benefits more than guys do. You just got to kind of weed through the crazy a little bit more than we do.
You do. Have you ever gotten any?
I'm sorry.
You ever got a crazy gift?
Yeah, a couple times. So there was one time when I first started radio, right? Like this one like fan came with all this food. And like somebody who had been in radio a little bit longer than me is like, yo, whatever you do, don't ever eat food that people bring to you. And I was like, I'm so optimistic, like, but it was nice and it was all this food. I think she works at a restaurant. She wanted us to have it, man. Like, yo, and I was like, I was really in my big back energy back then, like with the longest tear, like we threw it all away. And man, it's like I like enchiladas. So there was that one time, and then one time after a show we rapped so well, someone offered me their lady, but that was just weird.
Was she cute?
Ish.
You need a little bit more weed for it?
I wasn't even smoking at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if offered that same thing, I would still have to say no.
Okay.
Notice how I looked around when I said it.
You did.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to contemplate our life choices on the things that we should have, would have, could have, and didn't do, and did do on this break. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Man, one time my aunt had this. back to side dish. Now the homie Tanner is out, but we still gonna represent because we got some white people news. Now, since Amy Poehler lost weight, she's been posting a lot more body pics. I said Poehler, but I meant Schumer, because she's now the size of Amy Poehler. She hit delete on a lot of her old body pics, and the internet wanted to know, was she ashamed of the old Amy? Well, she made it clear she didn't delete her pre-weight loss photos out of insecurity, just a little creative curation. She also went on to explain that Instagram is a creative space where people get to decide what they want to share, and she simply wanted a fresh, intentional start. So, Ref, are we calling Cap on the play, or letting her rock out how she want to rock out? It's her damn page.
Oh my God! Wow.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's different. Yeah.
I appreciate that she's putting some effort into her appearance now, because she just always looks so disheveled. Like she just was caught off guard on the red carpet, was caught off guard at an award show, was just caught off guard doing her special. She always looked like she made minimal effort to, get herself together. And I feel like you don't have to be totally glammed up all the time. I think that's unfair to tell a woman that, but put a little attention and effort into your appearance. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, like in some of her older pictures, like she like, yo, I never lost a bar fight.
Oh, 1000%. She definitely has she has a face of a fighter.
Like, yo, that's all you got? Like, and she took like 5 straight ones to the grill. Like, oh, it's on now. Then she's like turning it up.
Co-ed fighting as well.
Oh yeah, like interdivisional champ, if you will. But for those who want to know how she achieved it so rapidly, she did use Mounjaro to lose the weight, which some people say that's a messed up way to go about it. However, if you're doing the things you're supposed to do, because sometimes it is very easy to plateau, on your fitness journey. Like, you've exercised, you dieted, you did all the things. And sometimes you do need a little kickstart to get your metabolism going the way you want it to. And so I'm happy for her, as long as she's happy at the end of the day. And it's her page. Because if she was in a relationship that ended bad, she would have deleted the weight off those pictures.
I'm glad you said what you said about not judging people that have to resort to the shop, because it's very easy for people to sit back and oh, she should have done it by working out. There's people who, no matter what, especially women, now I'm dealing with like my age and hormones and iron levels and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes there's internal forces working against you where no matter what you do, like all through COVID, I was doing 7 miles a day. I could not lose any weight. And I ended up getting on the shot for a little while. I did like a 6-week try, took some months off, did it again. And it was the only thing that would help me. Nothing else would work. And I tried everything. And the things that worked in my 20s, 30s, and even 40s just simply wasn't working anymore. So I'm not mad at that. But Mounjaro, my friends that have done that, like they've lost too much weight where they couldn't get anything back. So,
oh, word. You see, like there's a very fine line, because I've never taken any of those shots, but I know like some people who I know went really hard with it, like the quick flabby skin thing. And now you got to do like some sort of procedure to get that dealt with. And then also too, like, not everything pairs well with everybody. You know what I mean? So like before you, go the easy way, make sure you didn't exhaust all your other options the other way. Just, get it fair. You'll be so much happier.
And the Ozempic face. The sunken in.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. Like, so it's like when you go back in time and because you've been fine probably the entire time and how to pronounce your name. So like, had you ever feel like you've had to delete certain pictures of yourself?
No, I even leave up pictures of my exes on my page. Like I've never deleted anybody that I've had be broke. I also don't post a lot of people usually say, oh, she can't get a man because I'm so private. I never show. But when I do, I've had bad breakups. I still leave them up. And as far as pictures where I looked a hot mess, I look at it differently. I look at it, but look at me now. Like I've come a long way. So I'm okay to post embarrassing pictures because I think as long as I don't look like that now, I'm good. So no, I leave them up, run them up. I don't care. Jerry curl. No.
It's about the journey.
Yeah.
Especially when you recovered well, because some of us have peaked. Some of us, our highlight reel is like, yo, man, between 2009 and 2015, man, like, yo, undefeated. And then, and some of us have figured it out and figured out a way to, try to present what we feel is the best version of ourselves. I would like to think I look better than I did 10 years ago. Like, yo, because for a while, and even first few seasons of Dish Nation, man, like when I still had dreads, I was doing this thing where I would cut my mustache off and just have the chin strap beard. And if I had real friends, they would have told me I was looking like Curious George. They would have told me that, but they didn't.
Not Curious George.
Yo, they just let me live, man. I kept showing up with it. We was getting a haircut twice a week. And I was like, yeah, take all the mustache off, just a little shadow, just a little chin strap, black Abraham Lincoln with dreads. When I look back at it now, it's like Curious goddamn George.
You keep those pictures or you delete them?
I don't delete them. I just like it's a pocket of time because I could tell you roughly around what year that was when I look at certain things.
All right. Okay, moving on. Jeannie Mai just got candid about her split from Jeezy, and let's just say the real break wasn't the divorce, but the realization that she spent years confusing chaos for love. Now, in a new vlog, she said that their marriage and divorce cracked me open. And then said, for years, I mistook chaos for love. I didn't realize how much of me disappeared along the way. She also said becoming a mom to their daughter, Monaco, helped pull her back to herself. And the 2 years after she feared most, I'm sorry, in the 2 years she feared most became the ones that saved her. After the rebuilding, she says she's finally starting to feel whole again. What do you think? Can you confuse chaos for love? They did marry in 2021 and divorced in 2023. What do you think about this?
They try to thug it out, and you can't blame the pandemic on that one because, like, some people, like, started a relationship right before the pandemic and now you're all cooped up, you got nowhere to go. People thrive on different things, like some of my funner relationships were with crazy people. And I still look back on those times fondly because it was a part of the journey and the growth process that got me to where I am now. And then there's some people who were like very plain Jane, and I don't think about those people. But yeah, like I don't know. I think like we're moths to the flame. I think it is in our DNA to go towards just a little bit of conflict. And I think whatever normal safe guy Jeannie Mai gets with next, I think that's gonna be short lived if he don't got some level of danger to him. That's why she left Wonder Bread, her first husband.
You hear, I have a lot of conversations with my homegirls and with my homeboys as well. Some folks think like if you're not like having these like extreme ups and downs, that they don't really love you that much or it's not as passionate. And sometimes the person that loves you a lot and the safe person is less fireworks. It's just like a steady, straight line of just stability, compatibility, and it may come across boring, but that's probably the healthier choice. But when you have those ups and downs, I had a similar relationship, of course. You feel like the highs and lows, it's short lived, but you like think like, wow, it was so exciting. It felt so passionate. Probably because one or both of y'all were crazy, but not as healthy. And they always say the crazy sex is also the best too. They say that about women, right? Headkrack, that you hear that a lot, or you have
Oh no, I've done enough field work to know that it's statistically facts, big facts. So like. So in the pie chart of the relationships that you've been in, what percentage of the crazy were you?
When I was crazy?
No, not saying when you were crazy. I mean, because you dropped a breadcrumb and it's like, sometimes one of us, both of us might have been crazy. Wow. So in the dynamics of your relationships, what percentage of it do you feel like you were the crazy one?
Oh, what do you think? 0% is what I'm gonna say. I'm a woman and I will take zero accountability. I was never crazy. It was always them, all of them.
Spoken like a true straight jacket wearer. I totally get it. Well, another person who'll be out here talking crazy a little bit is Bow Wow. Now, Bow Wow says the Boys for Life tour with B2K isn't just a reunion. It's a reminder of what real longevity looks like in music. Now, the era of true millennial hitmakers is about to spin the block, but can the new artists even keep up? Check out what Bow Wow thinks.
And that there's a reason why. Like, I'm a student of the game. It's a reason why it's not a lot of new artists really on tour. Yeah. Young Boy did his thing. I'm just thinking this year.
Gunna about to go on tour as well.
Gunna's about to go out. Shout out to Gunna.
It's not a lie. Look, we can't even think
of it. Now listen to this. Nobody. Brandy. Yep. Monica, right? Mm-hmm. Wayne. Bow Wow, Trey Songz.
Yep. Chris Brown.
Chris Breezy. Then you got me and B2K. Right. We had Nelly and Ja Rule and them went out, right?
Yep. Jagged Edge and them finna go on tour.
Go out. You see 50 Cent just did his world, right? Just lapped the world, right? These are all millennial artists. Yeah. Like, they're all millennial artists. So that should, the younger, like the new artists should take that in consideration. Like, damn, we putting out music and it's hot. Right. And we popping. Yeah, you popping for them first 7 months. But then when you look up 8 years from now, Bow Wow 55 still running arenas and you and assed out. Like, right. You know what I mean?
He also went on to say how different the industry feels today. He said it's real different now. You could really buy a hit, doesn't cost anything. A lot of music is very disposable. And I believe some of that. He also believes what keeps them selling out arenas decades later is simple. They made tracks that people still feel, still sing and show up for. Real artists with real impact don't just trend, they last. And I will say Bow Wow, B2K, and all the people he mentioned, they came in during that sweet spot time, like right before people stopped buying physical copies and this whole streaming era came in to where everything is kind of passive. Not to say that not everybody that's new can't sell out an arena. Like Doja Cat is out here like overseas right now selling out arenas. She did it with her last project that she came out, she's playing with a Hawks play. So there are some people who are capable of doing it, but it's very few in between.
Also, I think it's like the audience that's going to go buy a ticket to go be in an audience and see someone live is a little older. It's more nostalgia for us. Like, oh, I remember when, or this song was like my song when I was in college, or what have you. And I think the new music doesn't really lend itself to that as much. Again, it is a little more disposable, and I feel like those artists really had to get it out of the mud, right? They didn't have the assistance of a lot of the technology. I feel like they didn't have as much. They didn't have as many alley-oops. Like they really could rap. They really could sing. They really had to perform and dance. Now you have someone that you don't really know what they're talking about. They're in a studio. They auto-tune the crap out of their voice. I don't really know what they're saying. And they don't have a real show. Yeah. Drake was one of the last performers I saw that really, he definitely put on a show. Last time I saw him was years ago. But like, I don't see the same effort being put into artists anymore either.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times too, we're not all having the same shared experience as to who is hot and what is hot at the same time, because like not as many people are listening to the radio like they used to. So there's a very siloed amount of people that are getting their music from the radio. And then, all right, certain sounds that you might hear on TikTok, you're just hearing like 10, 15 seconds. You're not even hearing the whole song. So like you might know that part, but you don't know the rest of the song because TikTok only made that one part hot. So that just creates a weird ass ecosystem. And it's the same thing with television. Like not everybody's watching or binging the same things on Netflix at the same time anymore. Like everybody might have seen that one show. What's the show with the Beef? Like Beef is a phenomenal show. Have you seen it?
No.
Exactly. And like, if this was a different time where like Beef dropped Thursday nights at 7 p.m., everybody would have had that same shared experience. So it's about like artists adjusting. Because even to make this tour go, you got to put all these people together to sell these tickets.
So it seems like streaming ruined a lot of different industries then. Right? Like or video on demand, like being able to we don't have a shared experience of all at 8:00 on Friday. We're tuning into the Cosby Show, what have you. Someone may watch it on a Sunday, on a Tuesday, whenever. We're not all together in this. And then there's way more options now. So we're not all, it was 4 networks back then, or 3 networks really. And that's where we got our entertainment from. As far as music, we didn't have all the streaming. We just had the radio in our area, not even satellite, not even a national radio channel. It was just the radio in your city. So we shared experience. You're totally right about that. Totally right.
Man. Who would y'all pay money to see on tour? Let us know in the chat. But in the meantime, we going to break. But when we come back, we run into the comments. And this one's going to hit near and dear, especially because of the time of year we're in. Stand by. See you in 2.
Welcome back. All right, y'all. Remember when kids could believe in Santa Claus without the internet snitching? Well, now, as we approach Christmas 2025, AI is out here snitching the spirit of Christmas and leaving no edges. And the moms, well, they're not having it. Now, according to a New York Post exclusive, Kelly Bowen's curious 11-year-old son just wanted to know Santa's spending budget per kid because in this economy, that's info we need to know. But the AI overview blew up the spot and said, there's no set amount Santa spends per child as he is a fictional character. Oh my God. So mean. And just like that, life blown, innocence gone. Oh, that's sad.
Yo, like I feel that kid's pain, but you gotta learn these lessons at some point, But Google should have had a filter. Cause cause how did they know like who would be Google? You know what I mean? Like you gotta know that like 9 times it's a kid that's doing these Googles,
And there's so many other lies floating around the internet. Like, why can't we just have this one? Like, let the kids have some innocence before they get up there and get bad.
Yeah, well, the same thing happened to Vegas mom, Janice Perez, whose 3rd grader hit her with the "we need to talk" after Google told her the same damn thing.
Telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. But I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
Okay, yeah, if that's the mom, yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I understand. I understand the frustration of the kids. Them like that's not how you want to find out. You know what I mean? Like if you want to have the spot blown, you want it done in a traditional way where like maybe you came into the Christmas tree area a little too early and all those things. You don't want to find out because Google told you.
How'd you find out?
I never believed.
Oh, you want to believe him?
That's the best way. That's the best way to never be disappointed. Like there was a Toys R Us that we used to always go to right before Christmas, and I was just one of those astute children who just knew, I just figured things out. Whenever we would go to this Toys R Us that used to be in Yonkers, right off of not too far from Yonkers Raceway, those things would be under the tree when we would come back for Christmas. So like I had it figured out by the time I was in kindergarten. Like,
oh my God, you had no years of like believing in the Christmas spirit and the Santa and all that. So baby Headkrack just knew what was up. You just knew.
I knew it was up. The only thing I believed in is that my dad would come home.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He did. He did, but
mine didn't.
A lot later than he should have.
Mine left. I was being nosy, hence the dating stories. I was being nosy and we were looking around my mom's closet. I don't know why we were in there and we found all these gifts wrapped up and we were like, oh, they're from her. Then we tried to play it off so we didn't like hurt her feelings that we played dumb. We tried to play along with it. So yeah, but it wasn't traumatizing to find out.
Yeah, but was there one that was traumatizing? Like, oh man, the Tooth Fairy's mom and dad. Like, oh man, like
more the Tooth Fairy, because I thought that was a dope thing. Like you lose a tooth, you're looking all ugly, and then the Tooth Fairy comes and blesses you with a very small amount of money. But back then it seemed like a lot. Like that was like a cool one to me. That was cooler than like Christmas. It was my own Christmas on my own time whenever I lost a tooth.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because like the level of smooth that one has to be, right?
Yes.
To lift that heavy head, depending on like how big your kid's head is. My kids got big heads, and swap the tooth out with money. And like what we do is like we would get those $2 bills. Mm-hmm. And when you go get them from the bank, a lot of times they got this ill like I don't want to say like foil, but it's like this ill overlay over it to where like it looked real dope. So like I like would always pride myself in just being a smooth operator, like I'm playing a game of Operation, like tooth, money, food, and like without jostling the child. You know what I mean? Like that was always fun.
Did a kid ever wake up mid plant?
No, I feel it. My kids sleep like they've been poisoned, and they haven't. Like they're just really hard to get up, and that's why like even if I don't make it to the gym, the last workout that I have at the end of the day is picking up a 7-year-old who weighs as much as a 14-year-old and carrying him to someplace else. That's like the last thing I have to do for the day.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm tired now.
Tooth Fairy.
All right, well, switching gears real quick from tooth fairies to youth fairies. A yearbook photo is going viral again after a pic of someone by the name of Jatavis Sanders looks a bit older than the rest of the class. Check my man out. Yo.
Sir, with the mustache. Sir, he looked like those are his kids all around him.
Big facts. Yeah. Now, we did some digging, and Jatavis is actually the director of recruiting strategy at the University of Alabama football. So, more than likely, this was just a yearbook mix-up. But he seems to be a pretty good sport about it, according to his Facebook post.
But we still couldn't pass up the comments. One person said he looks like an undercover cop. Another said, I heard of getting held back, but agreed, but damn. Somebody else said, he's a child left behind. And another commented, Jatavia's got 3 child support payments and 2 baby mamas.
Yo.
All right. Do y'all have any stories of any like grown looking kids in your class? There's always one, right?
Yo, man. Shout out to Ron Wilson. And I got to look him up and see if he's on Facebook. Yo, this guy, Ron Wilson, just mysteriously appeared one year, 8th grade. And Ron Wilson looked like a full-blown adult in the 8th grade. Like the type of beard I have now, Ron Wilson had that in the 8th grade. And he had like curly hair like Raheem from Juice. This Negro was a menace. And I say Negro loosely because I think he was mixed. He might have been Blackanese, right? Like Black Mexican and a little bit of Chinese. And like, yo, he looked like he could get beer for everybody that wanted it. Looked like he drove to school, but he literally was the same age as everybody else. I don't know if he lived by like power lines to where it made his hair grow faster, or like it is direct access to a full moon. But this kid was like hella hairy and just looked grown as hell and was pulling all the baddies. Like, man, we loved and hated this dude at the same time. What about you?
No, never really had that, but I'm kind of curious about your friend now. Like, I want to look him up and see on Facebook and see how old he looks now.
Ron Wilson, like, you know, like he probably like God likes certain people more than others. He probably still has a full head of hair. Probably still got the waves going, like the whole kit and caboodle. Like there wasn't like a girl who matured fast in your school.
No, I think we lived in a nice neighborhood. We were away from any power lines, so sorry.
Okay. Well, there was this one girl I went to school with, right? Like when we was in the 5th grade, like when we'd be waiting for the school bus, yo, she'd be outside smoking a cigarette, and she was built like differently, and that was one of those years where like I left and like went back to New York again. So by the time I came back, she had a kid, and it was like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. She was mature. Yeah.
I didn't say her name, did I?
No, you did not.
Yeah,
all of our kids looked really young in my class, but when I went to my reunion, my 20 year especially, and then my 30 year, whoa.
That's man.
Whoa.
That the 30-year reunion is the reunion of champions. That's who's going to go the distance. If you still have it together by the time you make it to your 30th school reunion, like you did it.
I felt good about my 30 year. 20 year, I didn't feel good about myself because everybody was married except me and one other guy that I think was gay. But everybody else, yeah, even the special, well, everyone was married except me. Even the guy in the other classes had a wife and I didn't have a husband.
Wait, one of the guys who used to eat lunch before everybody else got married?
He had a date and I did not.
There's somebody for everybody.
Almost. 30 year, I got my revenge. 30 year, everybody looked like they was melting except me.
You did it. We calling a break, but when we come back, we got the question of the day for you. In the meantime, type in the name of that grown-looking human that you went to school with in the chat. Operators are standing by. aside, this time for the question of the day. And here we are setting the table for you, all right? Now imagine this. It's Christmas morning, wrapping papers flying, kids are shrieking with joy, and the living room looks like a festive war zone. Everybody's tearing the gifts, except the adults who are just sitting there smiling. Low-key, empty-handed. Now, according to a woman online, this is how it should be. She actually believes adults shouldn't get Christmas gifts at all once you're grown. The holiday spotlight should shift entirely to the kids. Now, what do y'all say? Should Christmas gifts be solely reserved for everyone under the age of 18? And anybody over that should kick rocks?
No, absolutely. F them kids. What about the people who are that are sterile, the ones who chose to not have kids, the ones who don't like kids? People don't have to like be defined by who they married or if they gave birth or have a child. That's not right. And I think if you love someone and you want them to be able to enjoy the Christmas festivities, you should give them a gift. Like, what is wrong with that? Why should it just be about them kids?
I totally agree.
Don't rock with kids.
Yeah, and like some people, like maybe have a family where there are not a lot of children, so what, y'all supposed to just get there and just, I don't know, talk about the 80s? Like, you know what I mean? Like the gift part is one of the few things that maybe even keeps people connected to some degree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you have to put thought into what you're getting for certain people. Now, granted, if I open the box and it's something that I know is from that section that they have at Walgreens where you go to when you forgot to get something for someone and had to make a run real quick, you know, it is what it is. Anything with that as seen on TV box on it, you know that came from Walgreens or CVS. I've been guilty of doing that. I was like, oh, I didn't know Auntie blah, blah, blah was coming this year. She didn't come last year.
That's when I get a few extra gift cards, like $50, $25, little Visa gift cards from, the drugstore, whatever. But yeah, I just think I've been at Christmases, like at my brother's, whatever, where like, for the most part, if it was my mom, like I got nothing. And then you see the kids tearing stuff up. And if you're single or even if you have someone with you, but it makes Christmas feel like lonely or sad, even if you're sitting there with your family, like, damn, I just would like to have been thought about before I got here. Like, oh, Claudia's coming this year. Let me give me a scarf, give me some mittens, something that shows you thought about me. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, but it can be. But yeah, I just think, adults deserve love too.
Yeah, thanks for the salt shaker. Something, anything. Yeah, no, because I remember one year, right? Like, I went all out for everybody. And and it was a very light year for me. Like, I wasn't in my feelings like, oh, woe is me, but it's just like, damn, like I wanted to be as happy as the kids were, but the bright side of that was I literally had everything. Like I wasn't cooperative. What do you want for Christmas? I'm like, nothing. Don't worry about me. I got, because like, how many TVs can one have? How many game consoles can one person have? And anything that I would ask for would be just really weird things that you can't afford that. Like,
well, just being thought of though, like I think it should be kind of fair. I really do. My last relationship that was in Christmas, a couple years back, I went all out for him, his kids. I got him the virtual, with those
VR Oculus,
those, and designer jacket. Got the kids. I spent so much money, and then I could tell like I knew the relationship was over like 2 weeks later, but with me, it was like very lack of, it was just like an afterthought, like, oh, here's a robe and here's a thing and like a little bracelet that was so small. And I remember months in advance considering everybody, like him, his kids, and and it's just like, I don't know, you want to be thought of with the same enthusiasm as like you're going and looking, pouring into them. You know what I mean?
You know what? I know a lot of times on the show, Claudia, like we kind of like, bask in our Soviet level villainy, with just the slick drive-by things we say. But the fact that you put energy into not only getting things for him, but also his kids speaks volumes on the quality of your heart. Because a lot of people would have started that off the same way you started this segment off. F those kids. You know what I'm saying? And because you don't know how relationships are going to work out. And like, and even the territorial landmines that some have to walk over sometimes, like, who told that bitch about my kids some presents? You know what I mean? Like, because like sometimes the mom be having issues like with people getting involved, but the fact that you thought about not just the person you was in a relationship with, but everybody, like, toodaloo to you, man.
Thank you. I really like the kids, and I also made it a point to meet the mom as well and let her know that I would be no issue. Like I come in love. So I think you should be mature in relationships, and if you love a person, you should care about their kids as well. And he had wonderful, wonderful children. So I don't regret spending the money on the kids. I don't. But damn it, I made payments on that jacket.
Hopefully you stop making the payments after the relationship ended so they can rebuild.
Damn, it was expensive.
Well, if she didn't make the payments, Claudia might be in the next game we're playing. It's Whose Cousin Is It? We got that coming up in 2 minutes. What kind of jacket?
We've almost won the same amount of games.
Oh my goodness. The commercial
It's time
breaks.
for one day we're gonna put them on Patreon. All right, and I'll be able to pay up that jacket. All right, welcome back. It's time for everybody's favorite game.
Whose cousin is it?
All right, when a pastor takes Jesus paid it all a little too far, a North Carolina preacher who's also a Family Dollar employee allegedly took the wheel and tithed himself nearly $900 worth of merch.
Now, the warrant says the 48-year-old man of God feloniously embezzled money and goods to defraud Family Dollar by bestowing blessings upon himself without their consent.
Luckily for the five-finger discount disciple, he avoided a night in jail with the promise he'd appear in court on a felony larceny charge. All right, y'all. Whose cousin is it?
Oh, man, it's cut and dry for me, I think. I mean, like, it's all there, right?
That is. It is.
You're a preacher, but you
Yep.
also work at Family Dollar. So
That means
basically,
it's not one of those mega churches that are Tanner's cousin. He's at a smaller local.
Right. Lamb of God, Lutheran, local church. You know what I mean? Like,
Lamb of God is hilarious.
Not like 19th Baptist, like church. Like, yeah, because like I feel like a lot of people in our community, and it's a gift and a curse. We are too prideful to have one position and then also have that other position concurrently. You know what I mean? Like, even if the pastor wasn't making money, he would just suffer and would not allow himself to be at the Family Dollar doing what he was doing. And then also the fact that he was able to kind of get out on his own recognizance, like long as he agreed to come back. That means either like the people at that local precinct went to that church, or they was like, come on, brother Gerald, we got you.
Damn, 48 years old too. That's us.
You feel like that was us? Really?
Do.
I am so in the opposite of that because I feel
Really?
like
I thought that's what you meant, like with the lamb.
no,
of,
that's what I'm saying. Like with the pride of it all, the fact that
Oh.
like, yo, I am this man of the cloth who has this congregation in front of me because we as people are also cruel. Yo, you know, Pastor Gerald work at Family Dollar.
Have you ever been at Family Dollar?
I have.
I've never seen anybody white working there.
Well, I live in Atlanta, so so like
I've never seen it.
yo, only time I see white people is at hockey games.
Yeah, I know. When I moved there, I'm like, oh my God, it's like really Wakanda out here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on opposite sides of the spectrum. Feloniously embezzles. That sounds like us.
I mean, yo, listen, we didn't start this embezzlement game. We just learned it. You know what I mean? But, you know, but hey, listen, 50-50. The chat seems to be a little bit divided too. You know, I'm seeing Claudia's cousin. I'm seeing Tanner's cousin. I'm seeing HK's cousin. You know, me and Claudia got the same cousin, right? You know that, right? Y'all do know that in the chat, right?
But I will say this. I have been horrible at this game recently. I've not really been winning. So you're probably right.
You got to use the dark side. You have to use the judgmental dark side that got us here to let the hate flow from with you and say the thing that you know in your whole heart to be the true. So we're gonna find out. One of us is gonna be right. One of us is gonna be wrong. Let's get to it.
You do have a point because he did promise he'll appear in court. They would never let a black person. I promise you, yeah, for real, I'm gonna be there on Tuesday.
Yeah, even if it was 3LW, what they promise this, they wouldn't allow it. All right, 3, 2, 1, move that van. Oh!
Yeah,
you were right. Bishop Sean Smith. And I don't know if Bishop is his first name or if he gets to keep the title because of what he does.
Listen, I have never seen anybody white working at Family Dollar ever, never. It's always us, always.
I am shocked. I am flabbergasted. I feel hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray. Do you think he's gonna get to keep his position at the church?
Yep, I sure do. And they go, oh, let him use you. Although he learned his lesson.
At Lamb of God Lutheran Church in North Carolina. Yo, shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Happy holidays, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell others we out here, and share this, man. Let people know we doing the thing over here, man. And shout out to the people watching on TV on Fox Soul.
And we love reading your comments, though. Please keep those comments coming. We love it. We love it. We love our soul.
All right. See y'all on the next lap. And yeah, we bringing Tanner with us when we come back, man. Have a great one.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it.